All right, let's go over these couple of linear equation problems. We talked about drawing a river. You don't have to cry about it. Did you get it? No one? Okay. I'm trying to get x by itself. I need to move 23 over across. To move it across, I have to do the opposite. Class 23, is it positive or negative? What do you see? 23 is what? Positive. So what's the inverse or opposite? Negative 23. This equals 0. This will come down. And x is equal to? Negative 11. Raise your hand if you got that. Good job. Well, that's like really big. All right, question number 2. What do you see there? What math operation? For number 2, what do you see? We see division. So what is the opposite of division, class? We have to multiply. So see division, opposite is multiplication. We need to multiply. So I'm going to multiply it by 8 on both sides. Class, how do you make 8 a fraction? You're going to put it over 1. Now you have upstairs, downstairs. This is where you cancel. Why is canceling here appropriate? It's 8 divided by 8 equals 1. So when I put the red marks there, that's equaling 1. You're left with y equals 8 times 3, class? 24. Because if you put in 24 into y, right, to check your answer, that's what an equation is. 24 divided by 8 is 3. So you can always check your answer. What can you do? Check your answer, yeah. Let's go on to question number 3. Where are you? There you are. Let's draw our line down the equal sign. Class, on the right side with the variable here, what math operation do you see? You see multiplication. What's the opposite of multiplication? Let's go ahead and divide by 4 on both sides. Let's do the left side. Let's just say you've never simplified fractions before. I would tell you to break them down into factors. So my daughter's in 5th grade and she has to reduce fractions. This is how I would teach her. Class, what's 4 divided by 4? 1. So you're left with 6 equals 4 divided by 4 is 1. M is equal to 6. Raise your hand if you got that one. So you notice the big idea here is to undo a math operation. You do its opposite to move it away from the variable. And question number 4. To get g by itself, I have to move away this in blue. What do you see there, class? What math operation? You see subtraction. What's the opposite of subtraction? Now, if you didn't know what the opposites were, guess what? The old ladies still works. PEMDAS. Do you see that? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Does that make sense? So if I see subtraction, then I can just do addition. Line up your decimal points. This will equal 0. G equals $21.50, right? There's a 0 there. And the last question I kind of put in there because it has more fractions, and that's today's lesson, is we're just going to be solving those more with fractions. Let's go there. Okay, this one, let's say I want to make it a complicated problem. Partner A, tell partner B, how do you make D a fraction? Class, all you have to do is put over 1. So in yellow here, this is the numerator or top, and then this is the bottom. It's kind of slanted, right? So here's one way of writing the problem. You can do 11D over 3 equals 12 over 5. And put your pencils down. Sounds weird. Put your pencils down. I'm going to do this problem in 2 ways, and you pick the problem that makes sense to you. Put your pencils on. Stare at your partner if they have a pencil there. I'm waiting for everyone to put their pencils down. And their heads are looking at the screen. I can't edit every video, guys. Okay, so in this first way, I'm going to do it the long way, and then I'll do it a shorter way, okay? I can multiply by 3. So I get 36 over 5, 11D, and then I divide by 11, and I'll get D equals 36 over 55. A second way I can do the problem is just multiply by the reciprocal. Do you see what the reciprocal is? 11 thirds is 3/11. You just flip it. I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. That was Friday's lesson. And if you multiply across, you're going to get D equals 36 over 55.